History with Larry.
All right, Larry.
All right.
I'm excited for this one. This
will be fun.
I'm curious. You're kind of teasing me there that I probably would know this person, but not right away.
And you're kind of like me.
Larry?
We like.
What are you
that's
doing?
Right. We like unique names. We'll say that.
Yes, unique names for sure. Whatever happened to the other clips, son? With the "Hi, I'm Larry." But
well, this guy has a different name. Sort of like, you remember like Rush Limbaugh?
that's that Larry.
That Larry? Where's the
Like,
other
who would
Larry?
name their kid Rush? You know, that's kind of a weird name.
That can't be his real name.
Yeah, it was.
Was it really?
Yeah. Well, this guy,
Okay.
his real name, first name,
Okay, we got all the
Okay.
Larrys.
first name is Ransom.
Wow.
And his middle name, Ransom Eli.
Ransom Eli.
That's kind of an odd name. That's just weird. But
That is odd.
Maybe that's how his life started out, as a ransom.
yeah, maybe.
And I don't know. Ransom Eli.
Maybe it was kind of popular in the late 1800s.
Ransom?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know how money has anything to do with that.
Well,
but-
he was born.
Ransom.
Yeah. In Geneva, Ohio.
Oh.
In
Oh,
1864.
I probably know this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Just around the corner from me.
Oh, well, there you go. You
I
probably.
think he said 1864.
Yeah.
Well, I got relatives.
Oh,
Kinfolk.
okay.
I might be related to this guy.
Maybe. We'll see at the end here. But his father was a blacksmith and a pattern maker.
A pattern maker.
Right.
Oh, what is that even? Like,
But I guess.
I mean, I know it's the guy that makes patterns.
Right. Well, this is 1864, so
Like patterns for what?
probably tools, things like that.
Okay.
Oh, I was
yeah.
thinking clothing.
Right.
You know,
No,
like
yeah.
flowers.
He's a blacksmith.
Right.
Okay.
Well, then his family moved to Cleveland, and then settled into Lansing, Michigan. So I don't know if that's a clue there.
No, that's not my family, but this is definitely Kellogg's. So yeah.
No, not Kellogg's.
Okay, not Kellogg's.
But his father started
That's Battle Creek, Michigan.
Yeah, right. Yeah, his father started his own company, building steam engines and selling engines as well.
Oh, yeah.
But then they found they could make more money repairing them.
Oh, okay,
Which is kind of so you didn't have to worry about. But Ransom ended up having to quit school in Lansing to help with the family business.
Of course.
Which came in handy later in his life, which we're going to see.
Oh.
Because it gave him a vast working knowledge of engines and how to fix them and things like that. Which is kind of, I find this ironic, is somebody like him and what he went on to do. He didn't go to engineering school.
Well, I don't know if they really had engineering school yet, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
1860s?
I don't know. But,
Maybe.
But even still. So anyway.
Went to MIT?
Yeah, MIT.
MTI?
That's right. Well, one of the things he wasn't actually credited for, Henry Ford got the credit for the assembly line production,
Sure.
but Ransom actually used it on his products.
Well, I know who this guy is.
Well, hold on then.
Okay.
Hold on.
Because he goes by his middle name.
No,
Oh.
actually he doesn't.
Okay.
But I know who you're thinking, but it
Yes,
wasn't.
but I'm not right.
No.
All I'm going to do is try to figure out who this guy is.
Yeah, that's right. But Ransom actually employed this method of manufacturing first before Henry
The
Ford.
assembly line?
Yep.
The guy that actually does something never really gets the credit.
I know it.
It's the second guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also famous for some other things like auto racing. He would race on the beaches of Ormond Beach in Florida and Daytona Beach. I think there's a museum down there. Some of the car races, they'd actually race right on the beach. That's kind of neat.
Wow.
And another thing that he's famous for, well, actually,
What did they race? This is 1860.
well, this would have been like the late
Later on?
1800s,
Okay.
and early 1900s.
Sure.
So
They were going 10 miles an hour?
About, yeah, it wasn't very fast. He liked Florida so much that he ended up buying, now this is amazing. He bought 37,547 acres on the north side of Tampa Bay. If you're not familiar with Florida, then
I got some swamp-land in Florida.
this is sort of not far from where I grew up.
Yeah, right.
So
this is personal. Maybe it's
Right.
kinfolk to you.
yeah, maybe. But and it actually back then it was nothing, just a bunch of swamp and wilderness.
And now it's a bunch
And
of
now
swamp
it's
and wilderness.
No, now it's a pretty big city. But we're going to get back more on that later.
Okay.
That's to come. But as we're moving on, there's some more interesting facts about this guy. So
Besides the fact that his name is Ransom?
yes,
Okay.
In the 1900s,
Oh, he's
he
getting older.
built early 1900s. Later in life, he got more established and stuff. Became successful in business.
Sure.
He built an elaborate mansion, which had some technological advances at the time. And one of them was, this is really cool. In the garage, it had a turntable. So he'd pull his car in, and then you could turn the turntable, and
Yeah.
it would turn the car around. So you wouldn't have to back the car out of the garage.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm like, that is pretty cool.
That's a little expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
We have reverse,
I know.
but that's kind of cool, though.
Hey, if I could have the money, I'd do the same
I
thing.
know. I
Be
don't like to back out.
I like
so,
that'd be
that's
cool.
I would think you'd have a turntable so you'd have like multiple slots for your car. But just to put it in reverse, I mean, whatever.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, if you got the money. But so that was kind of cool. But one of the things, later the house was actually demolished
Oh,
in the
my.
1960s. And I think it was 1966. It was demolished, and they built a interstate there.
Oh, wow.
And
So,
out of respect, they ended up naming the interstate, that section, after him.
Ransom?
No.
I'm just trying to get it
Use
out.
his last name.
What's his? We don't have his last name yet.
There's also
Ransom Eli.
a rock and roll band named after him.
Oh, really?
Yep, we're going to get to that too. You may not know, you may know, but anyway, he did a bunch of other things.
Rush?
He started no, not Rush. That would be kind of cool, but kind of along the same time period. But now at this point, I know you're wondering who this guy is.
I am. I've been
Yeah.
wondering. Yes.
He did some other things, like he invested in banks and stuff, became very wealthy, but we know him. He started a little company called the Olds Motor Works, which we know today as Oldsmobile.
Oh, this isn't.
Oh.
Well, Oldsmobile. I don't know anybody connected to the Oldsmobile. I know Lee Iacocca did the.
Ford Mustang.
Well, that wasn't Lee Iacocca. I thought he was Chrysler.
Nope, he was president of Ford at the time when the Mustang came out. That's actually what.
Oh, you
Yeah.
sure about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
wow, he is doubling. He is like, yes, for sure.
Now he
You
may.
might
I
type
think
up
he
Lee
ended
Iacocca.
up before that
still there.
worked for Chrysler, but he was president of Ford, and he actually commissioned.
Okay, but this isn't about Lee Iacocca.
This Ransom Eli Olds was his name. He started a company with another guy, and it was originally called the Olds Motor Works.
Which is a dumb name.
Right, but and then we know it as Oldsmobile. He actually split off from that company, started his own, and he ended up using his initials, REO. Hence the
REO
rock band,
Speedwagon.
REO
Yeah.
Speedwagon. So-
Okay.
And as far as that city in Florida, Oldsmar, which is just north of Clearwater and west of Tampa.
So REO is Rush, Eli, Oldsmobile?
Well, no, Ransom Eli Olds is his name.
Olds.
Olds. OLDS.
Olds.
But
Okay.
he started, originally was the founder of the Oldsmobile Corporation with a man named, his last name was Smith. Smith was actually the
What
finance.
was the name of his other leg?
But yeah, that's where we get the Oldsmobile company. He actually learned how to work on motors. He actually had, at one point, he had a diesel engine patent, and he built cars that were battery powered, gasoline powered, and diesel.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Yeah,
He had a
and-
battery powered car before they were popular, huh?
Yeah, he did.
How about
yeah,
that?
way back in the.
So, like REO Speedwagon, that is actually a car?
Yeah.
REO Speedwagon?
Yeah.
Okay. How about that?
because his company name was his initials, REO.
Right.
And then he built this little. It was
Speedwagon?
kind of a precursor to the pickup truck,
Oh,
and they called it a Speedwagon,
wow.
and that's where the name REO
Sure.
Speedwagon, the rock band, comes from. Was
Sure.
his vehicle?
Wow. Do they
So-
still have Oldsmobiles?
Yeah.
Is it-
They're
They're not dead?
I think they did.
I owned a Buick, not an Oldsmobile.
They were, yeah. Buick was built by Oldsmar. Then
Right.
GM ended up taking over
Sure.
Oldsmobile, and I forgot to look to see if it's still around.
it doesn't
I
matter.
got so caught up on the beginning of it, but
She's fact checking. Did Lee Iacocca, was he?
He was known for the development of the Ford Mustang.
Oh, that's why he's so popular,
Yeah.
huh? Not for Chrysler.
He also is known for reviving the Chrysler Corporation as its CEO during the 80s.
I do
Yeah.
know that because
Yeah.
he had a book out, and
yeah.
yeah.
Well, the Ford Mustang actually brought Ford out of near bankruptcy
Wow.
at the time.
And he did the same thing with Chrysler.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Wow.
Lee Iacocca. That should have been, but Oldsmobile was much earlier than Lee Iacocca.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I do not know this guy's name.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who would name their kid Ransom? But that's
Ransom Eli
Olds.
Olds.
Well, his father's name, to be fair, was Pliny. Pliny, Pliny.
Pliny.
Wow.
Pliny. Where is it? Where are they from? Maybe
Geneva, Ohio.
Well, no, but like
Had to be like from somewhere else. like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they
But
German? You know,
I would imagine. Yeah, something like that.
and then with their pronunciation, they just is like ransom.
Yeah.
And,
maybe
like-
his grandfather named him. He was supposed to say grandson,
Yeah,
but it came out as ransom.
and they're like, that sounds cool.
Stay with that.
But yeah, good idea.
We'll go with that.
But I mean, the fact that he actually started this car company without any engineering degree and went on to build,
Absolutely.
Wow.
a reliable vehicle. That was the other thing. It was steam, battery, gas, and diesel. Those were the four engine types.
I don't know
he
what else.
made.
Nuclear? Maybe he could have
Well,
done
yeah.
that. But yeah,
Hydro-powered.
this thing is
no.
nuclear. And-
But back then, electric, that was kind of a really new thing. And so to have a battery powered car was way ahead of his time, but just didn't catch on.